All right, guys, today we're going to go over some reasons that I get or objections of why you can't house hack. So I hear all the time, oh no, that just won't work for me in my situation because of X. There's so many X's. Most of the time, X can either be overcome or it doesn't really matter. And that's the reason I want to talk to you guys today. I think it's really important to understand that anyone can house hack, but you need to have a very clear vision of what you want and what your goals are. So before you even talk about house hacking, why are you even interested in house hacking? It is a little bit different than living in a normal property. It's not a lot. So today I'm standing in my duplex house hack in East Austin. So this is a unit. I have a wraparound backyard here. I've got a huge backyard. Got a nice outdoor area. It looks great. It's in a great area. The finishes inside are amazing. This is actually the nicest house that I have personally ever lived in. So there's nothing wrong with where I live. The only difference from this and the house next door is that I share a wall with somebody else. And I'm going to talk today about why that might not matter so much. So the top reasons that I get for why you can't house hack is I have kids, and that's where it stops most of the time. I have kids, I can't do it. No more elaboration on that. It's just I have kids, it won't work. Why will it not work with kids? I don't have kids, so I'm not speaking from experience. I am speaking from helping tons of people house hack who have kids. In almost all of the scenarios, your kids don't care where you live. Most of the people that I'm helping house hack are younger, so their kids are a lot younger. They're probably not even in grade school yet, the people that I've helped personally. And they have a room for their kid. The kid's got the normal room they have. They have a yard like they've always wanted. Nothing is different than living in a house. So the main differences are it's much better than an apartment. So if you have kids and you're in an apartment, now you're in a duplex in Austin, Texas, where you have a yard and your kid has its own room. It's really nice. The other thing is pets. People talk about, oh, I have pets, I can't house hack. There's no way I can house hack. But again, we're talking about, I just share a wall. I have a fenced in yard. I can hear my dog kicking at the door right now while I'm making this video. There is no difference in living in a nice townhome than living in a duplex in Austin. There's really no difference at all. So we have pets, we have 2 cats, right now we have 2 dogs. So we're house hacking, we live in a duplex. So there's 2 people here, my girlfriend and I live in this duplex, and we have 2 cats, and we have 2 dogs. And I even have a little hot tub out in the side yard. So absolutely, it's the same thing as if I were renting a nice townhome, except I'm living for $700 a month in this property, and I built a ton of equity in this property. Again, so I do share a wall. That's another big objection I get. Oh, I don't want to share walls. And usually no more elaboration above that. Maybe they've had a bad neighbor sometime, or there's been some issue with sharing walls. Typically not, it's just, I don't want to share walls. That's just the immediate knee jerk. I don't want to share a wall. That's not me. You know, I've done all this stuff, I've gone to college, I've got my career, I deserve to not share a wall anymore. And you gotta think about it, I never ever hear these people next door. So typically the walls in between duplexes, in between duplex units are thicker. And in Austin, the nice thing is we're all side-by-side duplexes. There's a handful of up-down duplexes. You're never gonna hear anything from this neighbor next door. In the very rare circumstance that you do, it's not a lot. The same thing you might hear from your neighbor next door that lives a lot over. So I wouldn't worry about sharing walls, especially if you're in Austin here. It's a different scenario if you're in a city that has an up-down duplex structure for most of the duplexes. You're probably gonna hear people walking around. That's the most I've heard in up-down duplexes. Another reason I hear, probably one of the biggest reasons, is that I don't want to have roommates. So there's so many ways to house hack. The more profitable versions absolutely have roommates. And I look at house hacking as a scale. So there's more profitable to more comfortable. There's so many versions that don't have roommates. Again, if you want to make money to live in your house, if if you want to get paid while you live there, you don't just want to reduce your living expenses, and you don't just want to buy an asset that's going to cash flow for you after you move out of it and pay itself down and give you tax benefits, then you're going to need to have roommates. Again, if you want to cash flow while you live there, you're probably going to need to have roommates. But if you want to live for really cheap and buy an asset that's going to be a rental property when you move out, that also pays itself down, that also appreciates, that also gives you tax benefits, you can do that like what I'm doing right here. We live in a duplex in East Austin. Each unit is 3 beds, 1 bath. So not only do I have a nice big bedroom, I have an office, my girlfriend has an office, we have a nice big living room, we have no roommates. We don't have roommates, and we live for $700 a month. We will cash flow really well when we move out of here, and the property's appreciated crazy here. So many ways to make this work, guys. It doesn't have to just be this or that. That's why I love house hacking, because there's not just one strategy. There's dozens of strategies that work. So if you want a house hack and you don't want to do this, just understand that the more profitable is going to be renting out every space you can. But it's not wrong to do the less profitable and more comfortable. You're still going to be much better off than you are just buying a house to live in.